welcome to Cooper High School as a rivalry is renewed tonight in the Robbinsdale School District. It's the number 3 seed, the Armstrong Falcons, and the number 2 seed, the Cooper Hawks, in the Section 6 4A boys basketball semifinals. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Ryan Iverson, and these teams haven't met in 4 years, Ryan, and bragging rights at stake, yes, but even more importantly, a spot in a section final.
Yeah, the right to keep playing, that's at stake. And you think as seniors, always that possibility you might be playing your last ever high school basketball game. So, yeah, big rivalry game. These teams know each other. The kids know each other. The fans know each other. But there's a lot at stake moving forward.
Cooper's really had somewhat of an under-the-radar, really strong year, 14-2. I guess it's hard to call them under the radar anymore because they moved up their number 4 in the state rankings. Close loss to De La Salle and a loss in their season opener against Chaska, which they avenged later on. They have really put together a nice team. They're a veteran team, even though they have a lot of juniors, a lot of varsity experience, a lot of different guys who can hurt you, too. They're not like a star-laden team, but they're pretty good across the board.
Well, sometimes those are the hardest teams to prepare for and to defend, too, Jay, because you can't take away one person. They can beat you in a variety of ways. They play great defense. And that's the thing I always remember. Coaches always say, defense wins championships. Well, Cooper, they play defense. You better be able to handle their pressure. They can get out in transition, and that's when they can get really dangerous.
Armstrong's had a nice year at 12-7. They started out strong, and down the stretch maybe not quite as good, but in part because of some of the teams that they were playing, too. I mean, they got some good wins. They beat Park Center in one of their games, and we know that's a really good team. Yep. On a good night, they're a team that was dangerous enough to beat just about anybody.
Well, and they can really get hot shooting the basketball. If they can shoot well, they can play and beat anyone in this state. They defend really well. They got size and length. They got good guard play. So for them, it's tonight, can they handle the pressure, not turn the ball over, and can they make their open looks when they get them? And if they do, they're dangerous. They can beat anybody.
Let's look at key players in tonight's game, starting with the visiting Falcons, who have made a very short journey over here to Cooper. And they've really had 2 scorers who have led the way this year, and one of them being Deshaun Larkins, averaging over 18 points and 3 steals per game. He's certainly going to be a guy that's got to do a lot of different things well for them tonight.
Well, not only does he have to score, but he's got to handle the ball tonight. He's got to make good decisions. And one thing Cooper will do, Jay, is they can speed you up where you make bad decisions. And Deshaun, he is so quick and so crafty. He can get to the basket. He can finish. He can shoot the ball. He's got to handle that pressure and be able to make good decisions, whether he's scoring or making plays for someone else. But he is a key tonight, absolutely.
And for Cooper, we said balanced lineup, but one of their guys, senior Tyson Dallas, is a guy who can do a lot of different things for them and capable of putting double figures up on a given night, averaging a little over 10.
He averages 10. I feel like he could get 20, 25 if he wanted to. Physical, athletic, strong, tough, kind of does everything. And so, yeah, fun to watch. And I think he's got to have a good game. And the crazy part, Jay, Cooper only averages 58 points per game, but they're 14-2. What does that tell you? That they hold people under that 58. So, tonight for the Falcons, can they score and keep up with Cooper? That's going to be the question.
Armstrong, as we saw, had a quarterfinal game. Cooper not only did not have a first-round game, they haven't played in 2 weeks. Their coach, Bo Powell, said he thinks it's a good thing. They had some minor injuries that they got to heal up. They got some practice time in, but it's hard not to wonder if there'll be a little bit of rust, at least in the early part of the game.
Which is weird because usually at this point everyone's banged up and you're just kind of going game to game. But the flip side of that is they had a chance to practice as well, and you can tighten some things up. You can simulate conditioning and all that, but you don't simulate real games. That's hard to do, but it goes one of 2 ways. They're either going to come out fresh and super sharp or a little bit of that rust having been off for that long.
All right, the winner will take on Wayzata for the section championship. The Trojans cruised to a win over Minneapolis South earlier this evening. It is Armstrong and Cooper meeting for the first time in 4 years, and it comes your way next here on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
And welcome back here to Cooper High School as Armstrong and Cooper get set to do battle. As we said, first time in 4 years, and obviously COVID limiting the crowd, what would normally be a rabid crowd for this meeting between these two neighbors. And both coaches kind of talked about, we just have to not get too caught up in the whole rivalry part. Just come out and play our game and play hard and play well. As we said, the winner of this game will advance to that championship round against top seed Wayzata. Obviously, Hopkins and St. Louis Park, COVID taking them out of the mix certainly made this section a little different. Hopkins was the defending champ. Obviously, they're a contender for every single year, but even without them, we had at least 3 really strong teams, in these two in Wayzata. And the Trojans will await the winner of this one over at Wayzata High School. That'll be Thursday night as they will get to host. Here's the starting lineups for these two teams. Newbern, Larkins, Garner, Kemple, and Iniger for Armstrong, Evans, Powell, Apia, Dallas, and Osayama for Cooper. So going back 4 years, we said none of these current players have faced each other, and the Coach Bryant from Armstrong was not the coach. He played against Cooper back in the day, but was not the coach yet for the Falcons when they met last either. Tip controlled by Iniger. Armstrong getting first possession, and a move to the hoop won't drop there for Larkins. And now the Hawks looking to push it back the other way with Powell. Powell, nice little dish, and Osayama laying it in.
You can see the speed that Cooper plays with, and Powell just lightning bolt up and down the court. Great pass. Great move, though, behind the back there, and could have shot that one, instead made a great pass over, and that's how you finish. Osayama right at the rim.
Armstrong, first thing they said was, can we handle their pressure? And it's going to be a tie-up as Powell reached in and grabbed the ball there, and early returns not so good in terms of handling their pressure, right?
Well, and that's where you got to know that double is coming. You got to talk to your teammates, let them know it's coming, get rid of it before that trap becomes so intense like that. There's a quick turnover like that. You got to know it's coming. You got to anticipate. Communication is really, really key to avoid getting trapped in a situation like that.
Armstrong, a team that relies on a fair amount of pressure themselves, too. And Coach Bryant said, we're not really going to change the way we do things here and try and slow the pace down or necessarily or anything. We're just going to play our game as well and let the chips fall. Here's Evans stepping up to shoot a 3, and he buries it. Davion Evans.
Yeah, I really like his game. He's just a great overall player. And you can see he's got a nice shot. Good start so far for Cooper.
Newbern, a little trouble at the handle, but got it away to Larkins. Larkins driving it down the lane, and it rolls off. And the rebound grabbed by Newbern. He'll spin and go up, goes up again, no good. Larkins grabs it again. Larkins, a little step back baseline jumper there, no, and Powell the board.
Well, you like to see the Falcons aggressive like that, getting a couple of good looks at the rim, Jay. They just haven't gotten them to fall.
Dallas putting it on the deck here and now bringing it back out. Evans. Cooper, for a team that likes to get out and pressure, they don't necessarily go fast in their half-court offense, though. They like to get good possessions and get a team stretched out a little bit and see if they can't get a good look.
And that's so rare. Usually you'll see a team that plays fast and they play the whole game in every facet fast. It's such a luxury to have great IQ where you can slow it down and get the matchup you want, get a good shot, but also apply heavy pressure.
And knocked down there by Broderick Powell Jr. and the Hawks jump out to an 8-0 lead, about as good as they could hope for, but as bad as Armstrong could hope for on the road here.
Well, you talked about not playing a game in 2 weeks. They're hungry. You could tell they were ready for this. They've been thinking about it, knocked down 2 threes.
Dribble picked up out high, and Kemple has to come out to help out. Garner getting rid of it to Iniger. Here's Larkins, gets a screen and goes for the layup. That time Cooper got caught up kind of overplaying there.
Yeah, great pace too. Did you see it slow and then just burst to the basket? Nice finish.
Evans, no good, then kicks it back out. Principia with the drive, that'll be an offensive foul.
Yeah, a great job by Newbern there. He could see that one coming. And that's what you do. Nice little driving kick here, too.
Here's the previous one to the corner. Powell eyed it up and said, I'll take that.
There's a nice play. Stepping in, taking a charge. That's a big play. Sometimes little plays like that, Jay, can be the one that maybe changes the momentum a little bit.
Newbern up the sideline, knocked away from behind by Powell. Evans looking to attack, spun it short. Armstrong has numbers the other way, but Larkins can't haul it in. Didn't secure the catch before he was thinking about going up, so another turnover here by Armstrong. Right?
Yeah, and that's a frustrating one because Garner, you put that bounce pass with that kind of spin on it. If you just throw it up, make it a little bit easier for your teammate to gather. That's a hard one to do in transition.
John Bryant there for the Falcons. There's Evans all the way for the layup and one coming as Cooper continues to excel offensively early on. Get the foul against Cade Kemple of Armstrong, their first foul, and his first, of course, as he reached in. Like you said in some previous games, you either got a foul or not foul. Either get out of the way or make sure he can't get that shot up so easily there.
Well, and if you're going to pressure the ball, especially against quick players, you got to make sure you have help on the back end. And at that time, Evans able to get all the way to the rim, really with no one stepping up. And he's too strong. If you're going to foul him, you got to pull that arm and not let him get it off. And he converts on the three-point play. What a start for the Hawks.
11-2 Cooper in the early going. Garner with Powell defending him. Garner floats it up and in. Kind of forced into somewhat of a tough shot, but he made it. Here's Osayama with the reverse.
Look at the length. I didn't think he took off from the lane, able to finish on the other side on the reverse. And that's the thing, when you play Cooper, you score. You don't have time to celebrate. You got to get back, stop the ball. They are so quick in transition. Good throw ahead. Look at how far away he leapt from, too. Beautiful finish.
Iniger the catch off the inbound. He's the other big scorer for their team. They're going to need to get him some open shots, but obviously Cooper knows that too, and they're desperately going to be out on him, trying to make him put the ball on the floor. Baseline drive, reverse will not go for Newbern. And Dallas into the front court here for the Hawks.
And here's that right? You push it, there's nothing there, and then you have the wherewithal here to get into a good set.
Powell the miss. Nice strong rebound. Principia to the hoop.
Little things. Boxing out. You can't let Cooper get second chance points. And what an athletic finish, too.
Garner into the front court. Armstrong slow start here, down 15-4. Garner attacking again. No good. Dallas the rebound. Powell whipping it back out. Apia back across to Evans, leaning in, no good. And the putback will go for Principia, and a timeout taken by Armstrong. Cooper loving it, 17-4 Hawks.
And you see how quick of a leaper Principia is? 2 offensive rebounds, great pass, good challenge there. Watch how quick he gets up here. He gets it right back up. And what you see there, Jay, is you see a couple of white jerseys watching. And when you play an active team like Cooper, you can't be a watcher. You got to be a doer. You got to put a body on it. You got to go after the ball. And I know Coach Brian right now talking to his guys about effort, right? This could be your last game. You got to play like your life depends on it. You know, and you mentioned on the last offensive possession for Armstrong, you know, talking about Dylan Iniger, when we haven't mentioned his name, we're, you know, almost 5 minutes into the game already. So yeah, they got to figure out a way to play through him as well. He's so talented offensively.
And Cooper, even when they don't force turnovers, on some of these possessions for Armstrong, they've kind of made them take shots that are, you know, a little bit high degree of difficulty, like on the drive, and you're thinking, okay, I've got a little bit of a lane, but And, that's the other way that you can speed people up. It isn't just all about the turnover.
And that last possession for Armstrong, Garner was driving. He had Larkins wide open there, but sometimes you're sped up where you just don't think straight. You're not making the correct play sometimes. So handling pressure isn't always just about not turning the ball over. It's still about making the right play.
Anthony Clay Trocek, number 10, in there now defending the ball as Larkins brings it into the front court. Larkins faked it and then lost it. It's out off of his leg on the way out. It'll be Cooper basketball. Larkins feeling that it was off a Hawk, but he is not going to win that argument.
Yeah, look at him.
Oh, it was his knee. Yeah. I think that's definitely the right call. We got a veteran officiating crew here too. They're good ones.
Oh, great hands, quick hands. You're seeing a lot of orange jerseys collapsing. That's where you got to make a play for a teammate.
And it's going to be a blocking foul against Armstrong. No bucket. Clay Trocek driving and dishing over to David Connors. They do not get the hoop, but it'll be a baseline inbound here as Seth Newbern, who's in for Armstrong, picks that one up, number 12.
And even though he didn't get that, by trying to take a charge, sometimes that player remembers that, and maybe it inhibits him from trying to drive all the way to the basket.
We have an illegal screen call there, I believe.
Is that what it was, or did they get 5 seconds? Because I didn't see a signal.
No, you're
over
right.
it.
There's no foul.
Yeah, I think they got 5 seconds there.
Larkins nearly turned it over, and then we'll get a foul on Clay Trocek.
So a couple of things too, Jay, is that you can see the pressure for Cooper really getting up. And what do you got to do? You got to backdoor that, right? You got to set ball screens. You got to help your teammates out, trying to get rid of some of that pressure.
Seth Newbern, the freshman, handling.
Yeah.
Here's Larkins. Drives into the heart of the D, missed it. Out of there with it is Murphy for Cooper, who's checked in. Ajay Murphy handling. Around it comes Jeffrey Cooper handling it.
And even when Armstrong's getting to the rim, Jay, there's still, every shot is being contested. There's nothing easy. The defense right now, Cooper, has been unbelievable to start this game.
It's going to be a blocking foul on Seth Newbern. Be his second already after coming in. See, in for the Falcons, Devin Jones, number 20, also Josh Rudenberg, number 3. So not a lot of fouls so far, but it just happens that 2 of them have gone against the freshman, Seth Newbern.
And for trying to do the right thing, right? Taking a charge and ball pressure too. So you can't fault them for trying to make the right plays there.
Skip pass across, Jeffrey Cooper with it on the baseline. A little off-balance jumper there, and
great box out.
Iniger grabbing the rebound there for the Falcons. And nearly turned over. Jeffrey Cooper knocked it out, though, away from Rudenberg. And again, they're making life difficult on the Falcons.
Yeah, right now you just see that Armstrong speeding up. Every decision's being sped up. And if you're Coach Powell, you got to like that defensively. Armstrong, very good shooting team. Haven't even gotten a good look, a clean look yet.
Garner being hounded by Powell and turned it over. Powell doesn't get the steal himself, but he really forced that one.
Oh, nice pass.
Underneath, layup for Jeffrey Cooper.
Great pass, but Cooper with a great cut. So many people just stand still on offense. That time your defender doesn't look, you got to keep moving. Gets an easy layup, great pass.
All Hawks so far, 19-4. Armstrong has struggled mightily. Here's Iniger popping a 3. A rebound by Connors. It's interesting that really neither team has all that much size or inside presence, but they both still can rebound the ball.
We're right on the court here, Jay. The speed and the quickness of the Cooper it's alarming how quick they are and how much they recover to the ball and swarm the rebounds, and defensively have been really impressed here the first few minutes.
Whoa, that one nearly thrown away, but Connors will track it down. And I think they've gotten better at not fouling, too.
Yep,
I mean, as they've gotten older and into the program, knowing what's going to be a foul, what's not on a varsity level. Here's Murphy popping a three. That one is short. And Iniger out of there with it, throwing it ahead to Jones. Little Euro step, but then way off target with that one. Newburn up with it, and he will go to the free throw line here as Peyton Newburn grabbing that rebound and then is fouled.
Well, I like that. They got the rebound. Iniger did. He did a nice job of throwing it ahead. You get something going to the basket before that defense in the half court can get set up. Even though that first shot didn't go in, nice job by Peyton Newburn going after that rebound.
Free throw, no good there. Of course, we had a couple of Newburns that played for Cooper, and now the younger ones here at Armstrong. Peyton's free throw, that one I don't think hit anything. That's an air ball, so kind of sums up what the night's been like so far for the Falcons. They have started off very slowly here as Larkins comes back in.
Well, when you get off to a slow start, you're in a big deficit. Something little's got to spark your team. If you get to the free throw line, you got to knock those down. Someone's got to step up here, make a couple of plays, get the momentum back to the Falcons.
You know, and as much as they've struggled offensively, their D has not been that great either. I mean, Cooper's generally gotten what they've wanted to at the offensive end, it feels like.
Well, seeing Cooper here, you know, in person, you see all the spacing. They got great spacing.
There's Powell with the pull-up.
And it allows their quickness to just attack. You see B.J. Powell there, a quick first step and able to knock that mid-range down.
Pull up from Garner, no good. He went and got it himself, and then a collision with Jeffrey Cooper. A foul's going to go against Cooper. Garner inbounding. Coach Powell letting his guys know you can't stand and watch that rebound, and he let them know in a big way. Larkins, little hesitation dribble. He will go to the free throw line. Had a little bit of a smaller defender on him now, and Clay Trocek, and I think he kind of recognized that and kind of body into him a little bit, and that time drew the foul call.
He just plays at a nice pace offensively. That slow, he's changing speeds, changing directions, just crafty too at the basket.
Free throw good, so 3 points now for Larkins as Evans comes back into the lineup here for Cooper. Second one no good, Evans the board. Powell with it out on the right wing here as Cooper tries to build on a 21-5 lead. They have dominated the early going here against their district rival Armstrong. Jeffrey Cooper on the move, fouled by Iniger. Did a nice job there of just kind of getting Iniger off balance and then pretty much said, I'm going to take this foul here because you see the reach across and he's got little ball and mostly arm.
Oh, they're calling that on the floor. Wow.
Looked like it could have definitely been a shooting foul there, but
that was just a nice change of direction there on that move by Cooper. Looked like he was going to dribble handoff, instead just attack to his left and got to the basket.
out to Murphy. Powell's gonna pop that three. It's short. Offensive board by Connors, no good. Then Jeffrey Cooper had it for a moment, but Newburn out of there with it. Larkins back to Newburn, and he was fouled.
Great transition off of the rebound. And that's when Armstrong's found a little bit of success tonight, Jay, is getting that defensive rebound, looking to run. Look, you see Cooper kind of fighting over the rebound. That was just a great pass. That ball never touched the floor on that break. Beautiful basketball.
Powell will be called for that foul, his first. And free throws coming here for Peyton Newburn. for 3. Dallas and Apia coming back in for the Hawks.
When you're on the road in the playoffs, you get to that foul line, you've got to take advantage and capitalize. That's 4 missed free throws already here tonight for Armstrong.
And another one there. So it stays at 21-5. Evans up with it here. And, for Armstrong earlier on, when you fell behind, you're kind of thinking, well, we still got time, it's still early. But, boy, to still be at 5 points this far into the game is not so good. Here's Apia banking it in. That was a kind of a tricky little move there. I don't think anybody thought that was the shot he was going to, but he puts it in.
It was almost a no-look shot. He got in the air and, like, what should I do, pass? No, I'm going to shoot it.
Ooh, Garner almost turned it over there as he jumped and then was caught in the air. Larkins had it knocked loose. Powell dishing off. Dallas, layup is good.
Great play by Powell, the unselfish play too.
And then a turnover for Armstrong as they threw ahead to Larkins and out of bounds it goes. And another timeout taken by the Falcons. Nothing going right for them.
That's a tough finish too by Tyson Dallas. I don't know if there was any contact or not, but he kind of had a hang and a weird angle, but they still able to finish it. Great pass, too, by B.J. Powell on the fast break. And, again, caused by great defense, turnover, speeding up. And then right after that layup, you see the ball thrown ahead but out of bounds. So right now, if you're Armstrong, you're down 20. You can't look at that. You got to just think, how do we get into our flow, our rhythm? There is still lots of time, but, you got to find your rhythm, especially offensively. And then defensively, is there something you can do to maybe change the rhythm that Cooper is playing in right now? I always thought teams are really effective, Jay, if you can change defenses every couple of possessions. When a team has it going, maybe you go zone, maybe you trap them, maybe you do some different things just to get Cooper out of the rhythm that they're in, because right now everything is clicking. If nothing else fails, maybe Coach Bryant says, give me a jersey. I still got some made threes left in me. Let me get out there.
And if Coach Powell talking about, that the rest was good for them, boy, it sure looks like it tonight. He knows of what he speaks as a veteran coach, and said they've been given good effort and practice and everything. And the practices have been pretty crisp. Sometimes that part of it can be hard too if you have, you kind of get tired of practice. But this year has been so different that I don't
got
think,
a ton of practice.
Right.
Yeah. And if you know Coach Powell at all, he's a great teacher, but he's also very intense. And his practices are probably, to be truthful, harder than games, right? So his kids they're prepared, and you can tell they're waiting to explode. They shot out like a cannon here to start the game.
Well, and to be honest with you, if you know that you're going to play this kind of style where you're asking them to play full court D all the time, you better be in shape. And I think that's the message behind it. I mean, obviously sometimes when you're in practice, you don't necessarily like hearing your coach's voice ringing across the gym to get after you, but it's because he wants you to succeed. That'll be a 3 for Garner.
And really the first time we've seen the drive, get into the heart of that defense. Defense collapses, kick it out to your teammate, and then that time Garner, feet set, ready to shoot. Good look.
Dallas kicks it back. Apia driving at it, knocked away though, and Newbern up with it. Newbern almost lost it, but gets it out of there.
Well, and we've seen sometimes shooting can be contagious. One guy finally breaks that seal.
Tyson Dallas called for the foul as they spread the court out and let Newbern drive it.
Well, the great thing so far is Peyton Newbern's done a great job of drawing contact, getting to the free throw line. Now he's got to convert these two.
Obviously he has not made Cooper pay for so far here, and those can get in your head a little bit. There he knocks one down.
And it's funny like that. You saw that 3 fall for Garner, and sometimes as a team, one guy gets it going, all of a sudden now you got made free throw, and it can be contagious too. Shooting can come in surges.
Evans attacking down the lane, blocking foul, score the hoop and one.
Yeah, and I think they're going to just say Newbern was too far under the basket. But Evans, he's got that great body, that's strong and under control, but explosive. And
yeah, he was definitely inside that circle.
Yep.
So Evans getting his third bucket already and trying to complete a three-point play as he has 8 points for the Hawks. And he buries it, so they have not had a lot of chance at the line, but are 2 for 2. 20-point lead again here for Cooper. They have controlled this one from the start. Armstrong, it almost kind of feels like here is Larkins. Oh, he passed up a chance for a layup. And a turnover, and Principia coming back and left it just short. Kempel out of there with it. It feels like for Armstrong, they need to get something going now, or this one might almost be over at halftime. There's a strong drive and finish by Newbern.
Yeah, nice strong finish that time by Peyton.
Powell that time turned it over. Kempel.
Oh, nice look ahead. Just too far.
Larkins looked like he kind of slowed down a little bit too there. And so Armstrong missing out on a golden opportunity as they forced a turnover, but instead give it right back to the Hawks.
Well, when you're down big like this early on, you got to start pairing scoring with a stop, right? You got to start getting a couple of stops strung together. You can't trade baskets anymore at this point.
A little under 6 to go here first half. 28-10, Cooper dominating Armstrong. Evans. Back out to Powell. They're going to give him that shot, and he'll take it. No. Rebound by Evans, no good. Here's David Connors for the layup. Boy, Cooper all over the offensive glass there.
Yeah, just no boxing out either. You can't try to out-jump and out-athleticize Cooper. They're just too quick leapers.
And knocked away. Look out below. Oh, so Pia misses the jam. Gets it back, though. Trailer is Powell, and he gets the layup.
How about a Pia? You miss the dunk. You don't pow it. You go right after it. Get the offensive rebound. Make a great play. And Powell hustling down, able to get the bucket.
Larkins, no, but he'll go to the free throw line as Armstrong looked to run it back quick and answer.
Yeah, I love the hustle that time by Apia. You go up, you kind of get that disappointment. How did I miss that? But no sulking, just goes right after the ball. Beats it, run to it, and makes the play.
I think he was kind of in between whether he wanted a dribble and then he left the floor a little bit farther away than he thought he did.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Look at how quick he got back to it. And then had the nice vision to drop it off to the trailer.
Almost looked like he was going to try to force the shot there, but at the last second saw B.J. Powell sprint down. Great effort.
Larkins good with the free throw, so 32-11. Powell giving it up. Evans will turn and fire and bury a three. Wow.
And that was deep, too, and you're coming off that screen, coming to your left. Not an easy shot. Evans feeling it offensively and doing it in a variety of ways, too.
Newbern whipping it to the corner. Kempel, no, and Osayama on the rebound.
Good offense that time. Good penetration. Got a good look.
Here's Dallas to the layup.
And you're just seeing there's just no resistance against Cooper, especially in that transition. Penetrating, getting good passes, getting all the way to the rim.
Seth Newbern back in there with those two fouls. And that one won't go for Peyton Newbern and Tyson Dallas the board. Cooper, they couldn't have asked for a better start to this one. Here's Evans back the other way, blocking foul against Kempel. So even when Armstrong has tried to stay squared up and take a charge, for the most part, it hasn't worked out.
I thought Evans did a great job there of sliding his body to the left. Instead of going right into the chest that time of Kemple. He kind of slid. Great job contorting his body, good body control. His reward is getting to the free throw line.
And Evans now perfect 3 for 3. And kind of like, too, the way the referee kind of explained to Kemple.
Yep.
Here's what I saw, and this is why the call was made. He just did it in the right way. A little matter of fact, just kind of tell him how it was.
And as a player, you have the right to ask that, too. I used to always ask if I got called for something, hey, why? What do I need to do differently? And it's good knowledge to have as the game goes on.
Free throw not good. We had a lane violation there against Cooper. Not on the shooter, I don't think. Somebody else wandered
creeped
in.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a mistake there. But when you're up 38-11, it probably doesn't bother you as much as it might. Double team coming at Newbern. He gets rid of it to Larkins. Down the baseline, and a tough reverse. And it was knocked away by Armstrong, or is this a foul?
Yeah, they're going to get
going to be a foul.
Larkins. And again, that almost a really athletic finish that time by Larkins. But again, every layup being challenged with that length and that athleticism, forcing you to have to kind of double pump doing a reverse layup like that. Just nothing easy for the Falcons.
Dallas to the free throw line here and gets the roll. He has 5 points, and their scoring slate looks kind of like their typical thing. All 5 starters have at least 2 baskets so far, with Powell having 7 points and Evans even better than that. As a free throw good again for Tyson Dallas.
Yeah, great balance.
13 already, for Evans.
No, balance is so tough to defend, and balance can carry you deep into this time of year because you got everyone playing at a high level, and no one cares who gets the points, who gets the credit.
And there's another turnover. Apia up with it. Goes to the hoop, no good, but he was fouled by Garner. Kind of cut across in front and get the strip, but he will be called for the foul, so free throws upcoming.
To get in that ball pressure, forcing an early pass, a little miscommunication by Armstrong leads to transition here for Prince Apia.
And spins out. Deshaun Amos, number 12, will check in here for Cooper. And missed a pair there, so very little hasn't gone right for Cooper. They do miss a pair there, though. Seth Newbern back out top. Iniger, only his second attempt, no good. And out of bounds off of Dallas. It will be Armstrong basketball.
Yeah, and the problem is, too, when you haven't touched the ball as much as you're used to, like for Iniger, is you start rushing your shots, too. And he's so talented at the rim, off the dribble, shooting, everything. Got to try to find a way to get him in rhythm.
Larkins way off with that one.
And you can see the frustration, too, on the Falcons. They're feeling frustrated. Their body language is showing that, too.
And they've obviously played some very good teams in the Northwest Suburban, but I don't know if they've played any that are as good defensively as what Cooper's showing here tonight. And that one's going to be a charge.
Nice job by Seth Newbern. We saw him trying to take one earlier in the game. You can see that's a point of emphasis tonight for the Falcons defensively. Against that dribble drive penetration, someone step up, take those charges. They've gotten a couple, and they haven't gotten a couple, but they're still trying. You love the effort.
Double team comes, they get it ahead. Peyton Newbern for the layup.
That's how you beat pressure. Ball right to the middle, and Newbern attacks the rim.
Larkins up with the steal. Garner had it stripped, but he was fouled. And it'll be free throw time here again for Armstrong.
Great couple possessions, back-to-back there. You get the great bucket by Newbern, and then the steal by Larkins, and Garner going to the rim. making drawn contact, getting to the free throw line.
Dallas on the reach in, got him on the arm there. So James Garner to the stripe here for Armstrong. He has 6 points. Powell and Evans back in for Cooper here. They have dominated this one, leading at 40-14. Well, we thought the other semifinal wasn't very close, and we thought this one will be. I don't know. I mean, I guess it could still become that, but it sure isn't looking like it so far. So 40-15 Cooper. Powell driving it. Oops, through the hands of Amos, and it'll be a turnover and Falcons basketball.
Man, is he quick, huh? I think I'd tear a hamstring just trying to keep up with him getting up and down the court, Jay.
Larkins. And we will get a foul against Cooper. It was the smaller Amos, they were just kind of bumping along, and I think both benches were calling for fouls there, and then eventually we got a foul call going against the Hawks.
Well, Larkins does a nice job. He'll get that half a step. He kind of uses his hip and just keeps the defender at bay behind him, and he did a nice job, again, playing at that kind of great pace.
Falcons have not helped their cause at the line. Larkins now 2 out of 4. Second one is good for Larkins. So 40-16, Cooper, minute 50 to go here, first half. Oh, little crossover there. Dallas into the lane, scoops it up and in. Going to be an offensive foul. Kind of a late whistle there, and Bo Powell can't believe it.
That was late. That was called after the ball went into the basket here. You can see what an athletic move. I know that's not going to count for Tyson Dallas, but great crossover, athletic finish too. I thought he got a little bit more lateral to the side there, but again, Newbern drawing another charge.
Yeah, and that second look at it, I could go with that call. It was, and you know, we should talk about the fact that the officials, obviously this year it's a little different to try and blow the whistle, and you got that mask on, so that might have been the reason it was a little late. Newbern with the layup, and they get a steal. And there is Seth Newbern scoring it. So back-to-back Newbern baskets, one by Peyton, one by Seth, and a little sign of life here for Armstrong.
And both Newberns today playing with a lot of energy tonight. They maybe some missed free throws, some fouls, not making every layup, but they're bringing energy and they're playing fearless, which is what you need when you're playing Cooper.
And there's another turnover. Seth Newbern giving it to Garner. He'll shovel it back. Iniger did not get it to go. Another turnover is Apia's pass right into Evans' shin. I don't think he was throwing it to Evans, actually, and Evans just kind of happened to be in the way or whatever. And now for the first time, Cooper kind of saying, okay, what's going on here? We've made a few mistakes in a row.
And really for the first time tonight, Armstrong, a little momentum now on their side.
Not a good way to keep it. Here's Apia. Another chance for a dunk, and this time, yes.
You can tell he got his timing down a little bit better that time, Jay.
And there's Powell with the steal. Powell's going to shovel it back. Layup pass for Apia.
Cooper says, you like that momentum, Armstrong? Well, we're going to take it right back. 4 quick points, a dunk, and a great steal and assist, too.
Half minute to go in the half. Boy, that was a great answer for Cooper there after Armstrong had, for the first time gotten a little something going. Larkins, little hesitation dribble, keeps it moving and is able to get the layup there for Armstrong. Under 5 seconds to go now. Powell looking to get a last shot up. It will not drop, but a dominating first half here for Cooper as they are all over Armstrong. And jumping out to a 44-22 halftime lead. Hard to ask for a much better half if you're Cooper, as they have just been rolling here, and Armstrong's just struggling mightily to get anything going. Let's go over now
Coach,
to Ryan.
wow. 2 weeks off. I know you were confident you guys were going to be ready to go. You had to be pleased with the way you guys started.
Yeah, I was very pleased. We started off real quick. Jumped on them very quick. We made shots early, so it helps when you make shots early and then you defend. Our pressure was pretty good at the start. We let down there towards the last 5 or 6 minutes, but our pressure was what's got us the lead that we have. So I'm pretty pleased with that.
The thing that's really impressive for me to watch is how fast you play defensively and in transition, but you don't force it in the half court. How are you able to balance that with getting good shots, but also playing fast at the same time?
We talked to them about being patient. You got to take what the defense gives you. If you can go all the way, then go all the way. If you can, let's pull it out. Be patient. See if we can get something. See if we can get some quick buckets, some easy buckets. But just be patient. You can still be fast, but you can be slow at the same time. So I try to help them understand it's a balance.
You got a big lead. What do you tell 17, 18-year-old kids to not look ahead and make sure you stay in the moment here for the second half?
I mean, it's 0-0 at this point, and it's tournament time, so anything can happen. If you come out and get complacent and don't play hard, they're going to come back, and you'll be hanging up your jerseys for the last time tonight.
Well, thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thanks a lot.
Yep. Back to you, Jay.
Thanks very much, Ryan. Thanks to Coach Powell, and obviously a great start, but he knows you got to keep performing in half number 2, and their lead is very substantial. 44-22, Cooper leading Armstrong at halftime. We'll be back with more of our coverage here of Section 6 basketball on CCX.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Welcome back here to Cooper. Tough first half for Armstrong. Let's go to Ryan now with their coach, John Bryant.
Hey, Coach, I know it's not the start you guys wanted to, but what did you see in that first half that you think you can build on here in the second half?
Well, we got to scramble in the second half. I mean, we dug ourselves a massive hole, and so defensively we got to scramble, get after it, see if we can't turn them over a little bit, get some momentum, and just chip away at this lead. Obviously not the start we wanted, but hopefully we get the finish we wanted.
Offensively, anything in particular you're looking at doing differently?
Just move the ball better, hit the open man, play basketball. I mean, we're not even getting into our stuff, so half court doesn't really matter. It's just making the right play.
Yeah. Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
Good luck in the second half.
Thanks, Ryan, and thanks to Coach Bryan. Obviously not the first half he was looking for there, but making some good points about what they've got to do to, at least make an effort to get back in. We'll take a quick timeout and come back with more here from Cooper High School. The Hawks leading the Falcons 44-22. Welcome back here to Cooper. Cooper leading Armstrong 44-22 in the Section 6 4A boys basketball semis. The other semifinal is already in the book, and we had a crew over there tonight at Wayzata as well. And the Trojans, the number 1 seed, taking on Minneapolis South, and this one's been a blowout. That one was a blowout as well, as Wayzata, after a decent start by South, just kind of took things over and ended up pulling away to win it big, 94-50, the final for the Trojans. So that means they will be the host team against the winner of this one in that section championship coming up next Thursday evening.
Well, Wayzata just does such a good job of spreading you out, making those extra passes, and they just shoot the ball so well from the outside.
And this one, at least in the first half, not a close one either. Cooper just came out on fire. Got off to an 8-0 lead and coming back as Osayama finishing off the nice feed from Powell. And then it's Powell kicking it back out and Apia attacking right back. Davion Evans the miss. They keep after it on the glass and Apia quick to the ball. Goes up and gets it. He had a very good
was
first
great.
half.
I was just going to say he played with great energy.
Here's Murphy, a quick no-look. Jeffrey Cooper flashing for the layup. Then they get the turnover. Powell giving it up. Dallas, a tough finish on the layup there. And then Armstrong really struggled to get anything going, but later in the half they do. And there's that one. I called it a 3 at the time. It was actually a 2 for Garner, yeah.
Well, they had that mini run there where they had a couple of baskets, got a couple of turnovers. There, a nice finish by Newburn driving hard. And it looked like, okay, maybe Armstrong's got that momentum. There's that big dunk, too, by Apia.
And then Powell jumps on him for the steal, drops the pass back, and another hoop for Apia right there.
Well, those were those 2 baskets after that little run by Armstrong that kind of gave the control back to Cooper again, finishing the half strong.
Newburn and Larkins 7 each. They've really had to work for those points, though. Evans 13, Apia 10, and Powell 7, leading the way for the balanced Cooper attack. Well, Cooper, a dominant first half. They want to keep the momentum going. Armstrong trying to get back into it and hope that they can pull back in and try and get to that section final. As we said, Wayzata will be hosting the winner of this one. We'll take one more quick timeout, come back with our second half of basketball here on CCX. Here we go, second half, and Armstrong a quick turnover as Newburn started to cut as Iniger threw it toward him on the wing. And it will be Cooper basketball. Not exactly the way you wanted to come out to begin the half.
Well, you could tell Coach Bryant just talking like we're not even getting in our sets, and they got to be able to take care of the basketball.
There's a steal by Peyton Newburn. Larkin steps behind a screen and pops. That is nowhere close, but he gets it back. Back out for Iniger. And that one spins in and out. Nice rebound, Connors. Whipping it ahead to Apia, and he'll go to the reverse.
Well, that's the thing. You can't, when you're on offense, you got to have floor balance, especially against Cooper. They are looking to attack anytime they can. A nice throw ahead, easy bucket.
Well, we talked about it a little bit in the first half, too. Among the many things they're doing really well is they're really controlling the glass, too. Couple bounces there, no good. Powell the rebound.
On both sides, offensive glass, defensive glass. Oh, there's a nice block.
With a block there on Connors, but looks like Iniger's hurt. Oh, no. Might have twisted an ankle there as he landed.
Those do not feel well. Good to see him bouncing back.
Made a nice block, but I think he landed on Connor's foot.
Great block without any foul on it either. Look at him going. Oh, I can't watch. I hate watching ankle turns. Isn't that weird? I can watch any injury, but ankle sprains like that, as a player you've had them, you know how awful they feel.
Evans driving it, kicking it toward the corner, but Connor's unable to save it, and they turn it over. Evans knows he kind of went into no man's land there, as Coach Powell said. There's nothing there.
Well, that's where you get that deep. You got to just finish, especially when you got great finish and the strength to do it like Evans does.
Garner gets a screen, trying to go inside to Iniger, but taken away by Apia. Powell fakes the pass, layup good.
Great little ball fake. Tough finish, too, where he was angled there.
Garner splitting the D, pitches it over to Newburn. No, missed the layup. And Apia charging back the other way to Connors. Layup, no good, but he was fouled.
All right, I got the thing we need to see, Jay. I want to see a race between B.J. Powell and Prince Apia. 50-yard sprint. That's what I want to see. Those guys are two of the fastest players I've seen this year. Watch how fast they are. Holy buckets. Nice pass, too.
Connors makes the free throw. Cooper has pretty good depth, too. I remember Coach Powell telling me earlier this year, it's a pretty good feeling when everybody that you can put in, you expect to do well. It isn't, some years you're going to have where maybe that 8th, 9th guy, you're just kind of hoping they don't screw anything up if they go in, right? But he feels pretty good about each of the guys in their rotation.
Well, and especially when you got senior leadership. So if you can plug a couple of guys that maybe the level isn't as high, but you're plugging them with seniors who know how to put them in good positions, then that's a win.
Lob into Iniger last time. It didn't work out. This time they get a foul out of it.
But what I love is we didn't see any of that in the first half. We didn't see him look to Iniger down in the post, and he's got the height and the skill to be a very good scorer down there, and I love that they're going to him.
Garner, just got it into Newburn. Now Larkins. Oh, missed Newburn there in the middle. Larkins into traffic.
Yep.
Wow, nice finish there. That was a tough shot.
He kind of hung in the air. Looked like he was going to shoot it. He pulled it back, got the contact. Again, playing with that great pace. Right there, he brought it back, able to take the contact and then get a clean look. Nice finish.
Free throw is good, so Larkins now with 10 points. 50-25, Cooper.
Yeah, Larkin's on pace to get, close to his average. They need a couple other guys to step up.
Here's Powell down the middle with the floater. No. Kept it alive briefly, and now Garner out of there. Iniger to the baseline, and the double comes. And a back off Newburn and dare him to shoot that one. Instead works his way into the lane. Let's see, travel.
Yeah. It didn't work that time for Peyton Newburn, but he did the right thing. Knowing he had a smaller Powell on him, don't settle. You'll see a lot of guys say, all right, I'll show you I can shoot that. Didn't buy into that. Tried to get down low, just kind of lost his footing there, but right idea.
Evans to the corner with it for Powell. Here's Connors attacking. He traveled. I think he was anticipating contact there as Iniger stepped in his way, and he just kind of shuffled him to try and get a better position.
I was going to say, did they get him on the shuffle? Because I thought the step through was the right play, but maybe he shuffled him right before that. Either way, I like Armstrong challenging a little bit more here defensively, not giving up freebies and easy layups.
Garner is going to step up and take that shot. No good. Connors couldn't control the rebound, and Newburn gets it. Peyton Newburn will go to the line.
His energy's been fantastic tonight.
Yeah, he's really brought effort for their team. Like you said, it hasn't always been successful, but it's never been because he wasn't working at it.
He's at 7 points. You see the free throws, but you love that he's really the one guy attacking the basket, getting to that free throw line. Just has got to get him to fall, but he's all over the place. His effort has been fantastic.
Misses the first, second one coming, and Newburn really struggling at the line here tonight, so the lead stays at 50-25. Iniger looking for the steal. Good effort, but could not keep it in.
and that's the stuff. You see Coach Bryant right there clapping. That's what he wants to see. Can they come back from 25 points in the second half? I don't know, but you love to see when your guys are diving, sprawled out on the floor like that, and there's another turnover. That's something as a coach you can be proud of.
Seth Newbern goes in for the layup. 50-27. Clay Trachek shovels it over. Jeffrey Cooper had a block by Iniger.
Yeah. Iniger being much more active defensively, too, getting a couple of block shots here early in the second half.
Back to Larkins, but missed it. That would have been a big one for Armstrong to at least feel like they were, chipping away a little bit, but we get a foul.
And that's such a big part of their season is how well they shoot. And this was just a great defense off the turnover. Seth Newbern kind of pauses a little bit. The defense reacts, sees that opening, and you can see how athletic he is and strong. Only a ninth grader, too, getting great experience this year. He's going to be someone to really keep an eye on over the next few years.
I was thinking when you're getting in the lineup in this game at that age, boy, in a few years, he might be the guy out here really dominating. There's a steal by Peyton Newbern, but Cooper took it back. Then Newbern got it back again, and we get a kick ball there.
It must be a hot potato out there.
See Newbern, that steal. A good read by Jeffrey Cooper, and then I don't know that was really a kick. He kind of threw it into his leg, it looked like, but
I think Coach Bryant just likes the way his guys are competing here to start the second half.
Larkins looking to attack.
Oh, yeah.
Missed it, gets it back. Knocked away, and here come the Hawks.
Oh, nice throw ahead.
Clay Trachek missed the layup as Newbern got back to bother it, but he'll get it back.
Well, again, great effort by Newbern. He altered that shot. Otherwise that's a layup. Oh.
Evans splits between the D and thought he got fouled, and it looked like he maybe did, but stayed with it, finished it.
He's so strong that I think it almost hurts him sometimes because contact doesn't really affect him.
And there's Garner driving, and he was fouled. Another look at this one here.
A little contact, not much, but
again, pretty good no call maybe. Evans, you see, looking to the official, but Jones coming back into the lineup here for Armstrong. Looking to drive it there, almost gave it up. Seth Newbern, a nice move and finish.
As a ninth grader, to have the strength, because there was some contact there. He's got the physicality where he can go through that contact. A lot of guys can't do that. He's so big and strong and long already, able to get to the rim.
Jones with the double, comes up with it, now gets it to Peyton Newbern. Newbern back out, Garner. Iniger is going to shoot the three. It was bothered and maybe partially blocked.
Cooper's done a nice job at defending him and not giving him anything easy tonight.
Clay Trachek with the good hesitation dribble and just stayed right under control, banked it in. Back the other way, Garner, no good. Seth Newbern, the putback. Here's Powell getting rid of it nicely to Evans. Spin dribble there. Floater wouldn't go, but Evans gets it back and then lost it. And we get a tie up. And it'll stay with Cooper.
Pretty chaotic pace here in the second half. Up and down, a little wild. Guys playing hard.
I think Armstrong feels like they're going to kind of have to give it a shot to do this. Even though it may not work out, they at least had to do something different.
But they look like they're playing completely different than the first half. And just from a competing standpoint. And that, again, that's what you can live with. You win or lose, you can always live with that. They're playing with energy and passion. And
Peyton Newbern came out, I think, just because he's been working so hard. He's just exhausted, need a little break.
And throw in, too, that you're wearing a mask, too, while you're out there. So, absolutely.
Fouls against Jones. Back out to Powell. I think Cooper would like to have a couple good possessions.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, you want to get a hoop, but you definitely just want to get good shots here. Larkin's knocking it away, and it's going to be Armstrong ball. I don't think Powell thought that was the way it was going to go, but he's not complaining any now. That's the thing, when you get off to that kind of lead, I mean, everything went right for them. It's hard to sustain that through the whole game. I mean, you just couldn't assume that they were going to just continue to blow them out to the degree they did in the first half.
Well, it's human nature. You just relax a little bit, and you get a little sloppy. So it's how do you overcome that? And you got to figure too, what happens is a lot of times when the game is decided early, the team that's down plays so much better because there's no pressure and there's nothing to lose at that point. So they play a little more fearless.
Jones makes the free throw, and one more coming. No good on the second, but it comes right back to him, and Iniger will step back for a three, but it's short. And foul is going to go against Seth Newbern, trying to get to that rebound.
I love what Jones did. He went after his own missed free throw, and instead of forcing it, trying to get Iniger a good shot, Iniger finally had an open look, uncontested, just couldn't get it to fall.
Bo Powell's going to use a timeout on the Cooper side. Just a few things that he's not liking, how they're going. And more so, I think, decision-wise than anything. I mean, obviously, you're not always going to make every shot, but I think it's more to do with, let's get into what we had been doing earlier offensively.
Well, they look like they're speeding up now, especially in the half court. We talked about how great they looked in the half court, how much patience they had in that first half. They're pushing it. They take the opportunities when it was there, but then they slowed it down and got great shots. In the second half here, they look rushed a little bit offensively.
And you're always in that kind of in-between spot where you want to still stay attacking, but at the same time you don't want quick shots or bad shots.
It's a tough spot, but I think it's one every coach would love to be in. Up in the 20s.
You'd rather be up by this amount than down. There's no doubt about that. But it just, sometimes in the flow of a game, when things come too easy too early, it sort of feels hard to sustain that all the way through.
And you almost just wait for it to kind of balance it back out. But really, do you recall a game where you got two pretty evenly matched, right? Where you didn't necessarily know who was going to, one team would dominate or not, but have you ever seen a start like they came out with tonight? I mean, they were just dynamite that first 4 minutes.
Powell, the handoff to Evans. Clay Trocek, edge of the lane, short with that, but Apia quick off his feet. Now saving it off Jones, and it will stay with Cooper.
Well, I like Armstrong, even on the dribble handoffs, the ball screens, they are jumping it. They're playing much more aggressively defense. So I think you got to credit them a little bit defensively, much more active.
Larkins with the takeaway. Yeah, they were not great defensively early in this game, I would agree. Here's Larkins turning and firing, and he hits. First made three of the night for Armstrong.
Unreal. We saw him earlier in the year against Rogers, and they shot the ball so well from the three-point line. Amazing that's their first made three tonight.
Powell kicking it off. Apia will take the three, and he makes it. He has been dynamite.
He's done it dunking the ball. He's done it attacking.
Slipping there was Newbern as he made the catch. Looks like he's all right, though.
You always hold your breath when you see that. But yeah, Deshaun Larkin's a very good shooter. Kind of over-dribbled a little bit, but able to get the three and knock it down. Unfortunately, on the other end, Apia, he can dunk it, he can shoot, slash it, he can offensive rebound, and he can shoot the three.
Into Powell here, drops it back off to Evans. Murphy. Got caught in the air a little bit, but got rid of it. Powell,
nice
pass to Evans.
What a great pass. I love when Powell gets that head of steam. He's so unselfish. You don't feel like he's ever going to look to shoot himself. He's looking to always get a teammate a shot. He was aggressive early in the game looking for a shot, but he's been a great distributor here the last 15, 20 minutes of game action.
Jones forcing that one into traffic. Powell to Dallas. Reverse layup is good.
And another assist for Powell, and Dallas, a great job using his body to shield Iniger, able to finish with the reverse.
Seth Newburn to the hole, fouled by Powell. So the freshman Seth Newburn, who has 3 buckets here in the second half, a total of 8 points, will go to the free throw line here as the guys all get a chance to take a deep breath here. Free throw is good. Now Peyton Newburn back into the lineup here for Armstrong. Short on the second one, and Evans grabs it. Here they come. Murphy to the layup, wouldn't go. Knocked out of bounds by Powell. It'll be Armstrong ball.
That was a nice play that time by Larkins. He stood in like he was going to take the charge, and he kind of backed out. And I think that forced kind of an awkward finish.
Larkins will bring it up court with Powell on him. 61-36. Cooper is dominated from the get-go. Armstrong showing more signs of life here in the second half, but obviously the deficit looking like it's going to be too big for them to make up. Peyton Newburn will hand it over to Larkins. Driving it, puts on the brakes. Oh, in and out. Looked like a great move, but he couldn't quite finish. And then we get a tie-up, which will go to Armstrong.
Larkins has that great ability, Jay, to kind of hang in the air just a little half a second while the defense either comes down or goes by. It looked like it was going to get blocked. He hung, got a good look, almost got a great shot to fall.
Newburn attacking. That's going to be an offensive foul. He really did lower the shoulder there. I like that call, even though a lot of times the offensive player sort of gets the benefit of the doubt, but he led with his shoulder into him for sure.
And you can see that right there. Anytime they see you bent like that and that arm extended, it's an easy call. Again, I love the physicality, I love the aggressiveness, but that was the right call.
Powell into the front court. Again, driving it. Oh, he gets hit. No good, but he'll go to the free throw line.
And again, when they spread the floor and you have B.J. Powell up top like that with no help behind you, that's a tough ask because he is so quick, especially going to his left.
Be the 4th foul on Peyton Newburn, too. Ooh, Banks it in.
Banks are open Friday nights.
Iniger checking back in for the Falcons.
Cooper, too, for the most part tonight, has shot the ball pretty well from the free throw line.
That time in and out.
Of course, as I say that.
Yeah. Larkins chased back out by Powell. And he will be called for the hand check.
Not sure what happened there.
Free throw no good for Larkins. Powell will shoot it up short with that one. Evans up off the ground to score it.
Evans, too, is such a quick leaper. He can sky, but he has that ability to come down and go right back up and finish. And it's hard when you're defending that. You can't gather yourself to try to block it either.
Garner pulling up, no good. There's Powell with the rebound. Corner to Apia, left open, so he attacks. Now goes to Dallas with the left hand, no good. Iniger the rebound. Armstrong running it back the other way. Seth Newburn the finish and one.
And that's going to be 5-2 on B.J. Powell. Nice throw ahead, and again, Seth Newburn had a big second half. Nice game here for the freshman. And I love that finish too. He's athletic enough to just go right at the basket. Don't try to get cute. Just use your strength, athleticism. Nice finish.
So Powell does indeed foul out with 10 points. Free throw no good. You wonder if he said, Coach/Dad, I'm okay. I can stay in here with 4 and talked him into it, but he does end up fouling out. Newburn got a piece of that one, but Dallas keeps possession. Murphy down the middle, no good. Evans grabs it, then Garner snuck in and took it. That'll be a blocking foul as Garner will head to the free throw line. And Clay Trocek will be called for that one.
Couldn't tell if he was maybe moving a little bit right there. And that's why he didn't get that charge call.
In and out on the free throw here. So not that this game has been close ever anyway, but Armstrong certainly hasn't helped himself at the line, right?
Yep.
Gets 1 out of 2, and it's 64-39. Dangerous pass there, but it gets to Apia down the lane, and he scores again.
And again, avoiding the contact, that quick move to the left, able to avoid a charge. Beautiful move.
Jones bringing it up in traffic. He was fouled.
Nice cut. Watch this move right at the end, right there. That little in and out, going faking right, going left. And just explosive at the rim. Great finisher. Great game tonight for Apia.
4th foul on Clay Trocek, so Jones will head to the line. And misfires with that one. It's the second one to go.
Well, and you wonder too, is Armstrong going to maybe pressure a little bit with Powell out of the game, the primary ball handler and decision maker?
Clay Trocek went all the way, but it won't go. Here comes Peyton Newburn. Had a block by Dallas, gets it back though. Jones, baseline fadeaway in and out. And then we get a foul on Newburn. Seth Newburn, that is. So Murphy will head to the free throw line here for Cooper. Fouls really mounting up here. We're going to have a lot of free throws down the stretch the way it's looking. Murphy buries that one for his first point. That was 1 out of 2, and here come the Falcons. Jones back across. Evans got a piece of it now. Newburn. Garner driving it baseline. No, but he was fouled. I think it's going to be Murphy on the reach in there. So Jamez Garner to the free throw line here for the Falcons.
to slow down a little bit at that free throw line. Take your time.
Larkins will check back in here for Armstrong. He has 13 points, but they've really made him work for those 13, right? And that one's short. Evans over to Murphy. I get the feeling Cooper would like to use a little clock here.
One thing they do a great job is spreading you out.
Get a foul on Newburn there. He knocked the ball loose, but then tried to come after it and got into him with the body. That'll be his fifth, I believe. Yes. So Peyton Newburn, like his counterpart Powell on the other team, will foul out. I don't know if he played well, but he sure played hard.
Yeah, he did. He did a lot of positive things tonight. He attacked the rim, had a couple of nice finishes, got to the free throw line a bunch. Didn't necessarily convert them, but his effort, absolutely outstanding. That's something you can live with. That's what I always tell kids is you can't control if you make every shot, how well you play, but you can always control how hard you play. And that young man, I think, can leave knowing he gave it his all tonight.
Clay Trachek hits the first free throw.
And again, the trend of Armstrong missing free throws, Cooper making free throws. And again, that isn't the difference in the game, but it's accounted for a big point differential in those two categories for both teams.
Makes them both, and it kind of shows why you work hard to get a higher seed and have the home court, right? And I guess most years at this round would be a neutral site, whereas this year, because of COVID, they're at home sites. But Garner in and out. Murphy the rebound. Murphy attacking.
Oh, what a pass.
Dishing off to Dallas. It just wouldn't drop. And then Garner giving it ahead to Larkins. Hangs in the air, no good. Good contest without fouling by Apia there.
Both teams really did a nice job. Iniger on one end contesting, and that time on that end. Both teams doing it without fouling.
Foul on Iniger there on the reach in as they threw over the top to Apia. Iniger, 0 points here tonight.
Yeah. It just seemed off from the beginning. We talked about it. We were 5 minutes in the game and hadn't said his name, and he's such an integral part of their offense. Averaging 17.5 points and a playmaker too for him, not just a scorer, but a rebounder, a good passer, and he hasn't gotten it going tonight.
Larkins all the way, the one-hand scoop.
He's done that a couple times tonight. He's got that nice finish where he puts that ball in the hand, one hand.
Evans out to Murphy. He will take that three and hit it. Said, Coach, that was too good to pass up. I was all alone. 30-point lead for Cooper. They have dominated this one from the get-go. Iniger, step back, baseline three, and he finally gets his name in the scorebook.
It might have been the hardest shot attempt he's had tonight, too. That was a step back three with the defender right in his face. But he's got that great touch. Very capable of knocking a bunch of those down in the game.
Apia whipping it to Murphy. Why not? He'll try again, this time way short. But he chases it down himself. Underneath, and Dallas with the finish.
And that kind of sums up the night, right? A kind of a bad miss, but great hustle following it down, and a great pass able to lead to a layup.
Larkins will fire up a three. No. Apia, another board. Clay Trachek to Murphy. Murphy for the layup.
Nice shot by Murphy, just going strong. Might have been a little contact too, but able to finish.
Ooh, Larkins might have traveled there and got it over to Seth Newburn. Layup and one.
How good has he been in the second half tonight?
Yeah, 5 hoops in the second half for the freshman.
And a lot of them like this, where he just gets it, makes the right play, quick decisions, and using that strength and athleticism. Look at his body as a 9th grader. You can just see as he grows and even develops more, he's going to be something special.
Missing on the free throw here, so we stay at 76-47. Evans into the front court. Here's the drive, and the floodgates open there for Clay Trachek.
You get great spacing, no help.
Underneath to Jones, he'll kick it back out. 3-ball attempt there for Owen. Scram won't go, and it'll stay with Armstrong. Pull-up jumper is good for Garner.
Man, Garner only a junior too. He showed some glimpses tonight too of some great moves, getting some good experience for going into next year. Very talented player, good ball handler, good shooter as well.
Drop back for Iniger, and he'll bomb a 3.
That was a good 4 or 5 feet behind the 3-point line too.
Clay Trachek gonna pull it back out here. Oops, the double almost got there. Newbern blocked the pass. Looks like the Hawks are gonna clear the bench here now, and they kind of know this one's sealed up.
The fans certainly appreciating their effort. Looks like both sides going to clear the bench.
Evans free throw bounces around and in.
Gets it to fall. Did we get a technical there?
It must have been. I have to admit, I did not see it.
Well, Evans continues the made free throws tonight for the Hawks. Really, he shot the ball extremely well from the free throw line, but the whole entire team did. And
Elijah Cannon, number 24, coming in to Sean Ricks, 35 for the Hawks. Amos, who we saw a little bit earlier. 22, Antoine Lynch is in. There's Evans.
What the heck?
Another one to go.
What happened that we got 6 free throws there? I love what Coach Bryan is doing right now, too. He's got all of his seniors on the floor.
Josh Rudenberg back in, number 14 is Sam Stanflaski.
Classy move, too, getting your seniors in and going out together.
Also 33, McAllister Olsen for the Falcons. Short on the jumper there, and we will get a tie-up on the rebound as Lynch had his hands on it first there for Cooper, and then he was tied up. It'll stay with the Hawks. They are up by 30. Amos cutting to the hoop, no good. And Falcons out of there with it as Rudenberg. Larkin's way across. Larkins will pull up from 15 and he gets it to drop.
You know, and I give Larkins a lot of credit. He's kept coming tonight. He hasn't had his best game, but kept coming, had some spectacular finishes, a couple of nice threes, and some great moves.
Larkins to the hoop, score it, plus the foul. Lynch will pick it up.
He moves like Rajon Rondo. If you ever watch the Rondo play in the NBA, he's got that same kind of flow. He's got those good hands, the long arms. Crafty, too, like that. He's had a heck of a career.
Murphy looks to attack, and it'll come back the other way. Oops, that pass gets away and recovered there by Cannon. About a half minute to go as Cooper are going to celebrate their 15th win of the year and move back into the section final for the second year in a row, where they will take on top seed Wayzata. Ooh. Nice little stop and go by Amos. Follow up by Lynch is good. So Cooper 84-57. Armstrong trying to get one last shot up. They won't do it. And it is Cooper in convincing fashion rolling to the victory here tonight, 84-57. Couldn't have asked for a much better start, as we said, for the Hawks.
Thank you all for coming down. Fans, we do ask that you please get up.
And they
as quickly as possible. Please.
Coming out in dominating fashion. Obviously, first and foremost, you win your playoff game, but obviously when they haven't played the school from down the street, their district rival for a bit, it's got to be a good feeling as well to come out and dominate like they did here this evening. And I think we got our answer to if, you know, that long layoff was going to be presenting some rust, or if they were going to come out and play, because they look really good right from the start and able to dominate for the win. So both the Hawks and Wayzata kind of dominating in their semifinal, and going to be a heck of a championship game coming up here on next Thursday. All right, let's go to Ryan now. He's with Principia.
Thanks, Jay. Prince, monster game for you tonight, 17 points. Great energy tonight. What do you think of how you played?
I just felt like I brought my best out here today. I felt like me and my teammates, we did good as a team, and we just executed well.
My favorite play tonight was the missed dunk.
Yeah.
Most people would stop and be mad or whatever. You went right after it, got the great loose ball, found a teammate for a finish. That's how you played all night long tonight. Great effort, great energy. Is that what you felt as well?
Yeah, I felt like we came out here, did what we had to do, and now we have to go get ready for Thursday.
Okay, so BJ Powell, you, 50-yard dash, who would win in a race? Because you two are two of the fastest people I think I've ever seen on a basketball court.
BJ would probably
you think
win.
He get you?
Yeah.
You guys set up a game for next week against Wayzata, at Wayzata.
Yeah.
How'd you guys think building the momentum? What do you have to do next week to go to state
I
tournament?
feel like we got to get ready and practice first, go hard and practice, do what we got to do, and come out and just play. Play our game, just have fun with it.
That start you guys got out to, hadn't played in 2 weeks. Did you expect to get out to that kind of a start?
Yeah, I
Did
felt
you think
like
you'd be a little rusty?
especially because in practice we get well did, and we did everything well together. So then after we just brought it out here and just played well.
Now, I said during the broadcast that Coach Powell's intense, right? Are practices harder than the games?
I feel like some practices are. Sometimes like we just take it a little bit laid back, depending on what we got going on the week after.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on an awesome game, and good luck next week.
Thank you.
Thanks, Prince. Back to you, Jay.
Thanks very much, and thanks and congratulations to Prince. His team came out and just seized control of this one from the start, and they blow Armstrong out. 84-57 is our final here tonight from Cooper High School. Again, it'll be Cooper and Wayzata for the section championship next Thursday at Wayzata High School.